What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You tuned into another edition of my vlog. I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all the support. You know I'm all about that positivity and that motivation. I want to also let you guys know to go check out my Patreon. The link's in the description. On my Patreon channel, I can be raw and uncut, uncensored. I don't have to watch what I say and play all the algorithm games. So support my Patreon, subscribe to my Patreon. I got some big things going on over there. I just want to say, you know, it all starts with your friends, man. Your family is the foundation, giving you the core values, giving you your morals, providing for you, putting a roof over your head. But your friends, once you get out into the streets, it's going to greatly impact your life. And it doesn't matter if your friends are, in the street from the hood, or your friends are from the suburb, or, wherever they're from. You spend a lot of time with your friends, and your friends, we become cliquish, creatures. We hang out in groups, unless you're an introvert. But what you're exposed to, what you're around, what you're socializing with makes a big difference in how you view life, and a lot of what you go on to accomplish down the road. A lot of times you realize, people say, yeah, man, it's lonely at the top. Well, you have to eliminate a lot of riffraff, a lot of dead weight, and it could be comparable to trying to swim upstream with rocks tied to yourself. And the equivalent would be socializing with a group of people or individuals, and you guys got two different directions you're going in life. Some people are just happy to be alive, they're complacent with what they have in front of them, and others are high functioning achievers. They have a game plan, they have goals, they have things they want to achieve. They set up certain objectives and ways to achieve those objectives. So when you're spending time with people for the sake of spending time with them, you might think that you're being courteous, but you're actually doing yourself a disservice, because these people are stealing your time, depriving you of time that you could be putting into maybe a more receptive group of people that could enlighten you, or you could learn from. Reflection time for yourself. All these things play a factor. It's not that you think you're better than somebody, it's just that you want the best for you. It's just like wanting the best for your child. If you see your child hanging out with people, kids that are, not doing the right thing, smoking weed, drinking, not going to school, you're not going to want your kid to be associated with those people. It's the same thing. If you got people that are around you that's pretty much just maxed out, then if you don't feel that you're maxed out, then you have to make that choice that you're going to separate yourself from these individuals. And that could be one of the reasons why you're in a holding pattern, or you feel like you're not accomplishing goals you want to accomplish, because the energy. See, your energy circle is so very important, man, because it basically flows in a pattern where it bounces off other things around you and it comes back to you. And so if you sent out a thought, something that you expressed as far as maybe a goal or something you want to achieve, and it landed on 2 or 3 people in there who actually think that you are not deserving of that, then by the time it gets back to you, you might feel as though maybe you're not as deserving as you thought you were. Maybe you feel like it's beyond what you're capable of achieving. So energy is very powerful. Frequencies is very powerful. The level of what the energy and what you're operating on. I've really paid attention to these things as I embarked on my spiritual journey and just visioning things I wanted. So a lot of times I operated pretty much in a solo capacity, or just with very few people around me, because I want to make sure the people that were around me had my best interests. So you got to be very mindful of that, because it will it will affect your life. It will, and it can change your life as far as, what your thoughts are capable. It's no different than having these think tanks where you have a bunch of people together that all have great ideas, and you guys are sharing ideas, and the energy's there. And every time you come out of there, you guys come up with new inventions or just things that are gonna shape the world. Those people are all on the same wavelength, the same vibrational pattern. It's the same flip side of that. If you got guys who are operating at a very low frequency and possibly under the influence, and every day they think about hurting somebody or stealing from somebody or causing somebody harm, that's a very low frequency, and that low frequency attracts other low frequencies, and then they operate at that level, and so they are all within the same vibrational pattern. And it's just as easy to get caught up in that. But you could easily shift that to a higher vibrational pattern and move up as far as in what you see as your capabilities. I've been on both sides, man, and I had to really look at what I was operating on when I got into some really low down stuff, man, and it really made me pay closer attention. And I had a conversation with another friend of mine the other day, and I told him, dude, if you're the smartest person in your circle, then you need to change your circle. It's all right to be a student, and you don't have to always be the person that's the big guy, in your group. It's all right to be somebody who's maybe not the top dog, and you're learning, and you could be a student. There's nothing wrong in that. There's no embarrassment in being a student. And anytime you're talking about just I don't need nobody, that means that you do need somebody, because you can only get so far as a one person. It takes a team to really build that next level of success. So make sure you build your team around you with the right quality people, and you pay close attention to what everybody's objectives are that's in that team, because you don't want the wrong person sitting in on your think tank and actually throwing poison in what you're trying to put together. So Big Herc 916, man, watch your friends.